one of the newer members of the New Orleans Saints from Colorado State, Dallin Holker. Dallin, thanks so much for joining us. Dallin, one of the things is, I was telling this to Charlie, sometimes in life, fit is so crucial, and being in the right place, right time. What happened maybe at BYU wasn't exactly the right fit for you. And all of a sudden, you go to Colorado State and you put up monster numbers there last season for them. And so kind of get your version of what happened in that transformation. And 2 years ago, you said, Dallin Holker, okay, he's a finalist for the Mackey Award. And look what happened in that short period of time. But being in the right place, right fit matters so much.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it was definitely, I'm still kind of confused at what was happening at BYU. I feel like they just want to give me opportunities. And at Colorado State, I feel like the coaching staff and my teammates did a great job, and they just trusted in me and definitely, like you said, just gave me those opportunities to go out there and show what I can do. So I was super thankful for that.
Dallin, one of the things is, once the draft's over with, and everybody wants to get picked. It doesn't matter. Once you're not picked, then you got to find the right spot for you. What was so inviting about the Saints for you? Because I know you had other options. Kind of tell us a little bit about what was crucial in making that decision to sign with New Orleans.
Yeah, no, that was definitely it. We kind of just looked at, where we think I would be able to fit in best and where I'd be able to help out the team the most and make a good impact. And me and my agent, I had a great agent who kind of helped me out through the whole process, thank goodness. So, I always wanted to go down to Louisiana, and so we're like, hey, it seems like the best fit, so let's do it. And I was like, felt really good about it. I've been praying the whole day and stuff. But, yeah, it just felt right. So I'm super thankful and grateful for the opportunity.
The fit at Colorado State obviously worked out, but making the most of your opportunity, there's something to be said for that, Dallin. And what you did in your final year at Colorado State, a second-team All-American, first-team All-Mountain West player. As Mike said, one of the three finalists joining Cade Stover and then Brock Bowers, who won it for the John Mackey Award given to the nation's best tight end. So just talk about that senior season that you had with Colorado State and what really, really clicked for you.
Yeah, no, that was for sure a fun season to play with. I got there in January, so I was really only there for less than a year. But, getting to know my teammates and the coaches and everything, it was awesome. And then, the coaches did a good job at, using the talents. That was something I really liked about them is, when they had talent, they used it. And they try to, put their players in the best fit and the best place to make plays to help the team win. So, yeah, it was for sure a fun season. I loved it there.
Dallin, one of the things in watching you, a lot of people say, the tight end, he's a size mismatch. But I think your best trait is your ability to set up, find that open spot downfield, but it's how you do it. How you set up maybe a defender and they don't know exactly where you're going and you can break open. I think that's a big trait for you because a lot of times the defenders, they've watched you on film a little bit. They kind of run the route with you. But you do a really nice job getting off the line of scrimmage and disguising that route and then finding that little crease that's open downfield to give your quarterback a shot to hit you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Definitely something, I try to work on. Watch a lot of film, and, Travis Kelce's, always been, my favorite player, so I always watch a lot of him. And, I feel like that's one of the big things I've seen him do is, just how he sets up defenders, how he sits in the zone, just, how football smart he really is and how he's able to, set up his defenders. So, definitely always kind of, be better and be the best I can be. And so I always like watching, the ones who are doing it in the NFL. So
my thing is, I know you've been asked this a million times. What happened at the Combine? In the gauntlet drill, and you end up catching a football, but you got one in your hands. So kind of describe that moment a little bit, man, because, just watching it, I'm like, whoa, he didn't drop the ball, and then the next one's coming right at you, and you were able to grab it.
Yeah, no, that was definitely crazy. See, the thing that it was like, I think it was a commercial break, so it didn't really show what happened, but I was the third person to go, so the first guy went to the left instead of going to the right at the end. And then the next guy in front of me turned the wrong way. And so when it was my turn, I was thinking way too much. I was like, I don't want to mess up in front of all the people online and stuff and all the coaches here. So I was thinking way too much about it. But I caught that last ball. I was like, oh, I'm pretty close to the sideline. So I started to turn up, and then I was like, maybe I should just make sure there's not another ball. And then, luckily I just saw it last second. So I got pretty lucky, but glad I definitely caught it.
Your run after catch skills, because in this league, I think that's important. important to be able to make something happen after the catch. And, I'm not going to say you run an anchor on the football 400-meter relay team, but you have a knack. That first guy normally doesn't bring you down in the open field. That's something you've got to work on because, defenders now today, some of them ain't the greatest tacklers in the world. But you got a knack for breaking through that first guy, and I think that also is a big plus for you.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's something I love to do also. I think it's tough because that's like one of those things where, in practice, you're not really tackling a whole lot. And so, it's tough to practice something like that. So I really think when it comes to, making plays after you catch the ball, I really think it's a mindset. And, I feel like I have that type of mindset and something that, I love watching players who can do stuff when they catch the ball and make guys miss and stuff. So, it's definitely something always that I'm thinking about and that I like to do.
Dallin, coming to the Saints always love giving their undrafted free agents a chance to make that 53-man roster, and you look no further than Juwan Johnson, the starting tight end, who was an undrafted free agent formerly. So I want to get your thoughts on coming here and what you're going to do in the offseason, because we've talked about a lot of your strengths as a pass catcher, and Mike had mentioned your yards after catch ability, but what are some things you need to work on in this offseason to really kind of make your push for that 53-man roster over the summer?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of things, coming from college to the NFL, it's, a way different playbook and stuff, so I'm going to do everything that I possibly can, I'm trying to pick everyone's brain and learn as much as I can to be, the best pro that I can be possible. So, I'm going there with an open mind about everything and, asking a ton of questions, just going to try to learn as much as I possibly can to become the best tight end I can possibly be.
Dallin, how much work have you done on special teams? Because, listen, right now, Darren Rizzi, he's the best friend of every undrafted free agent, unless you play quarterback. Man, everybody, hey, Coach, give me a shot to play on special teams because that can open the door for you for a roster spot. The more you can do, the harder it is for them to get rid of you. So how much work have you done from high school to college on special teams?
Yeah, I've done a lot. I've done pretty much every special teams that there is, from high school till now, and I definitely love it. I think it's part of the game that kind of gets slept on because people like doing their offense or their defense, but I think on special teams you just get to be a football player, so I think that's when it really gets fun, and then you get to be involved in everything that's happening in the game, so it makes it even funner. So, yeah, I love special teams and look forward to, what I can help out with on that.
Yeah, remember that name, Darren Rizzi. He's going to be your best friend on that part.
Yeah.
Dallin, one of the things is as a tight end today, and tight end position has changed throughout the years, but being able to block or at least sort of leverage, angle your guy, I think is important. Man, today they got some of them. I want to see him knock that guy down. Man, I don't care about knocking him down. Just getting his way that he doesn't make a play. Your thoughts on improvement in your blocking?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, most tight ends, they're usually outmatched by the defensive end they're going up against. Usually defensive ends are, a little bit bigger depending on the type of defensive end they are. So, blocking is one of those things, kind of like what I was talking about earlier, where, a good percentage, I would say, is, mentally and, what type of mindset you have. If you come in with a good mindset and, you're hustling and scrapping out there, then you'll make it work. You'll get the job done. And so I think that's one of the most important things is having the will to block. And, that's something I want to do, help my teammates score and, help put my teammates in the best position to win. So, I look forward to learning and growing that aspect as well.
Dallin, you already mentioned Travis Kelce, and that's a pretty good one to model your game after. But are there any other tight ends that you've kind of watched throughout the years and try to take a little bit from for your own game?
Yeah, I always, kind of watch the ones who are kind of doing the best and stuff in the NFL. I watched a lot of Travis Kelce and then also George Kittle a lot too. Those are probably my two favorite. I watched a little bit of Mark Andrews and Sam Laporta as well, from this last year. So, I'm always trying to learn from those guys and see, what new things or what other things they're doing. So,
Dallin, watch T.J. Hawkinson, but don't watch that tape against the Saints.
Oh.
Man, he's still wide open.
Well, maybe he should watch it because,
Yeah, man, he was unbelievable in that game, and we see all these Iowa tight ends really have success in the NFL. But T.J., man, that day, if he ever becomes a free agent, I would give that film out to everybody. That first half he had against the Saints was unbelievable of him breaking open downfield and catching the football. Thank you, Dallin. Appreciate it, buddy. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Dallin.
Alrighty.